do you connect with your clients and customers on there? Do they order from you or say, save me
they do,
a small?
Yeah, they do on some level, but because here in Hilton Head, it's primarily an older generation shopping. They prefer to be in here more touching, feeling, trying on. And so we connect with them mostly in here. And also we try to drive people in here. So we've developed something called a Birdie box, which is just like the Stitch Fix and all that. So that is what we want to drive people to. We want them to connect with us, and then we want them to be able to be afar. We know a little bit about them, and then we get to style them from afar. And I think that when there's something really neat and fun about opening up a box and having never met us and being able to style them, I think that it's like a fun, process. That's why all these other boxes are, even the food ones are out there now, because it's an opportunity to kind of further your business, out of a box.
Yeah, and you may only meet someone once in your entire life, but then they'll always have the go online and order the Birdie box just because they were here to meet you and enjoy their customer service.
Right.
So I've noticed a difference in my business just from being involved on the community level here lately, and that's been a focus of mine. And I know you're incredibly involved and generous in the community. How do you think that's impacted, your business with the store?
Well, I personally try to keep them really separate for the most part. I really worry. I turn down partnerships a lot, not because I don't believe in other people's businesses, but I feel like I never want our client to show up and feel like they're being fed something. So we first and foremost are Birdie James, and that's who we come, how we come to them. And that's what we want them to be, like this, to be a safe space, to be able to share an experience, and that's really what it is, unless we market for something specifically.
Right.
But, I've really started to share a little bit about NAMI. I'm involved in the National Alliance on Mental Illness. That ties directly into where I come from in terms of my other career before this. And I've personally and my family been affected by mental illness. I too went through a depression myself right out of college. That transition's a really tough time for a lot of people. Thankfully, I've moved through it. So that is something that is near and dear to me, but I don't oftentimes share that outside of a conversation with our client base.
Right.
I'm not sending emails to donate to, but in here, it's pretty amazing how much women will share when you have built that respect and trust. And so we have clients all the time talking about, they've had loss and they've had things that have affected them emotionally. And so here they're able to share that, and we're able to connect on a deeper level. And that's really when I feel like there's a lot of synergy through how I'm connected in the community and who I'm connected with.
Right. I think it's amazing. Thank you for opening up about that. Yeah. We live in paradise. I think a lot of people consider but it's still stressful here. Where can you escape to on a local level that if you just need inspiration or just need time to yourself?
Home Goods. I love Home Goods. I'm in there so much. I feel like they initially thought I was a interior designer because I was in there. Most things here are curated from local places. Home Goods, World Market, Target. It looks high end because that's how we're packaging it.
Yeah.
But it's affordable and attainable.
Oh, of course.
But really my home, outside of a social place. I'm an introvert at heart. So I recharge by going into my space, and so it's a nice kind of retreat.
Very cool. What advice would you give 18-year-old Michelle today?
Timing is everything.
Perfect.
And also, I follow this quote. I found it in DC. My husband was working, and I wasn't working at the time. I was in between my last career and this dream. And I found this card, how they have like quotes on cards and it's empty in the blank in the middle. And it said, shape your life or someone else will. And it's pinned up in the back of the store. And I look at it all the time because I think, God, how is this possible? Like this was never supposed to happen for me. So it's cool. It's really cool.
So maybe no is the answer to the next question. Are you scared of anything?
Yes, I'm scared right now.
Why?
I'm just an anxious person.
Oh, don't be.
But I've learned to accept that my emotions aren't weakness. So for me to be able to kind of just accept that and like let it roll and lean into it, it just makes me human.
Oh my gosh,
So
you are so amazing. If you could sum yourself up in one word, what would it be?
Intense.
We will get that out of this video, hopefully, and that's perfect. I mean, that's the whole idea. So this store is awesome. Calhoun Street is awesome.
Thank you.
But there's a really cool question I've been starting to ask people. If you could replicate this anywhere else, where would it be?
Oh, I think I would love to be in Charleston.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's nearby, but it's not so big that
Manageable.
it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
It's manageable. I could reach out and touch it, you know, because a part of my business, I have to be a part of it. I'm not interested in just owning a ton and just being a boss.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a part of it day in and day out.
Yeah.
And so I think that would be where.
Great.
Yeah.
We're both in the business of we don't want to see someone once. We want to see them multiple times and
Yeah.
them to come back to us when they need our services. What have you done in the stores to create that customer service aspect of making them want to come back?
For one, we're not commission-based. I felt like that was extremely important for the culture of our team, and that would emulate and kind of go into our client base. And I've been a no nonsense with drama too. You know, it happens, especially when you have female teams, you know, primarily female teams. You have a lot of personalities and emotions that you have to sort of temper sometimes and manage. And so I feel like by keeping that clear, then it allows all of us to just bring ourselves to the table with mutual respect and expectations, if you will. And then that just naturally is comfortable for our clients, because then we're just hosting women,
Yeah.
right? We're not selling to them. I was never formally trained. So this is all about sharing our vision. And for those that believe in our vision, it's just really, it's simple. They enjoy it or they don't. And more often than not, they do.
Well, it's also where you open your stores. You're in a location to provide hospitality. It's
Yes.
where people can come in, feel comfortable,
Right.
and feel welcome, and not somewhere they have to run away from.
Right, and we primarily were here for the local.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I was raised by 3 women: my mom, my aunt, and my grandmother. And
Yeah.
my mom had me at 36, so I literally grew up with the Golden Girls.
Right.
That was my cartoon.
That is
I didn't
awesome.
watch normal cartoons. It was the Golden Girls. I can quote it like I can quote Sex in the City. And so those women, I mean, talk about, I remember my mom saying like she loved Dorothy's style,
Yeah.
and it was always loose and just like effortless looking. And, you know, you think about the age of those women, that's Hilton Head. And that really was why it made sense. You know, I got that question all the time when we first opened, like, we thought we were gonna come in here and there was gonna be a 50-year-old woman here. And
Yeah.
here I am, you know, what was I, 34 when we opened the store? And so they're kind of surprised. And that's why, because those women really were who I shopped with and who I
Right.
spent all my time with. So.
You are amazing. I can't even believe this is the last question, but
Ooh,
loosening things up, we're there already. What's
Yes.
the number one thing on your bucket list?
Oh my gosh. You know what? It sounds silly, but I would love to have more ease with flying. I'm scared to fly. I think a lot of it is control. And so I don't travel as much as I should. So, or as I kind of want to, like I want to be like an Adrienne LeBlanc and just
Yeah.
like jet set and go here and there, like my husband does too. So, you know, I just want to live with a little bit more ease,
Live freely.
I guess. Yeah. Take more risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Michelle,
Thanks.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
You are so
This
awesome.
was fun.